Hello and welcome back everybody to Burton Albion England DNA. It has been a struggle off of camera this season. My goodness me, it's been tough. We've had to play a lot of the youngsters that we've been trying to sort of nurture. Players have played more often than I thought they might. We've had injuries, we've had problems all throughout the season. And so what I think I'm going to do this season, assuming I don't go down and don't get in a real proper relegation fight the entire season, we'll play these 3 games on camera. We'll go through a couple of players now that we're sort of looking at. And then the next episode might just be the youth intake and then a season review because I don't see the point in really coming back again in March. If we're in a relegation fight, it's going to be really close, then we can come back. But if it's like we're going to probably just about survive, I might just do that. Hopefully that makes sense to everybody. And you can see then the next episode will be youth intake again and a season review. I can go through the players and what the problems were and that kind of stuff. But if we go through a few players first and then we can play the 3 games, because these 3 games are really important, by the way, as you can see here, we've actually just started to do okay. We've got ourselves 6 points from the last 3 games. So if you can imagine, if we hadn't won those games, we'd be in the relegation zone, as you can't even see it because this is how far down we are. That is the current situation. So we've only just got ourselves out of trouble. It's really, really close. Okay, so this is Carl Andrew after the last 12 months. He's still looking pretty good all round, developing into a nice player. Got 10 marking. Now finally got up to 10 marking. Jerry looking like a pretty solid centre-back still. And I'm pleased that he's with us because we need him desperately. This is Lee Burley. Now, Lee Burley the last 12 months has been pretty good. And he has basically replaced Terry Taylor in quite a few matches. Terry Taylor missed a couple because he was out himself. There's been a few where we had 4 players out injured in the central field and attacking field areas. So Terry Taylor played further forwards. Then Lee Burley came in. And I think Lee Burley could be actually a really good, legitimate left wing back going forward. So if he can just get a bit quicker, what I might do for him is ignore the other attribute or training changes throughout the season and just put him to quickness. That might be what I do because I think he needs a bit of quickness really more than anything else. And if he can get up to I don't know, 14 acceleration, 13 pace, we could accept that. I mean, Terry Taylor's only on double 13s himself, so he's not that fast, but Lee Burley's developing into a good left wing back. Again, somebody who I just looked at and thought, do you know what? He's not far off the first team level, and gave him a go, and he's done all right. Sam Heller's becoming very much an unsung hero as a box-to-box midfield player. Not a role that I'd ever thought I'd play him in, but he's doing it and able to succeed, so thank you, Sam, for stepping up. There's Stephen Hudson of the last 12 months, still really improving very, very well. He's definitely our starting pivot player by a mile, so needs to get a bit quicker, a bit more agile, but everything else is almost ready to go. So he's going to be a good player. I'm pretty set he's going to be a starting midfield player for us for the next probably 5 years or so. Alberto Polo got a long-term injury when he first came into the game, when he spawned as a youngster, as a new gen. Slowly starting to improve, but probably isn't quite quick enough to be a top-level attacking player for us, but doing pretty well when given the opportunity as a left-footed player. Could be a Joe Powell replacement long-term. We'll have to see on that. Giannis making slow progress. Probably needs to get more game time. I find it hard to get him into the team because he's not really good enough to replace the current players that are in there. So there we are. Tom Kinnan looking pretty decent as a probably box-to-box field player, longer to more than a 10. He's not really kicking on, getting that agility, getting that dribbling up to be a top-level 10. But he's a pretty good player. Hopefully he continues to flourish. Neil Davidson had started off in the back 3. I've sort of taken him out temporarily because he's just not quite good enough. Maybe next season and towards the back end of the season, he'd be better to put back into the first team. Just needs to improve a little bit more as a centre-back before he becomes an actual starter for us, I think. Luke Norval still improving as a goalkeeper, getting his positioning up, which is really important. Once that gets to 10, I've had a lot of big offers for Aled Harrison. Aled Harrison wants to leave as well. If he does leave, it might be worth doing it soon while Luke Norval's got a chance to come into the first team and play and improve himself. Because he's actually a pretty good goalkeeper, isn't he? Pretty decent all the way around. And that is pretty much it. That's what you've sort of missed off camera in terms of the players and how players have sort of done. I've had to play Victor at wing back in some matches just to get us through this season. But next season, that's not going to be an option for us. So we need to be ready for that. But Brendan Hughes is okay playing there. It's only because he's suspended right now. And I've been able to play Sam Heller as a box-to-box, and that's worked okay. Joe Powell is now finally back from his injury, so he can play as the 10 going into this game. Yeah, in terms of this game, Tom Kinnan's back as well, actually. Let's put the first team back in. And do I need to play Victor out there? Probably do, actually. Then we could do a bit of that. I've also sold Sam Hughes, who's plummeting on his attributes for 1.5 million, I think it is. So we'll get that money back into the club. That'll help us out a little bit. Right, who's going to play in this game then? It's going to probably be Terry Taylor, Lee Burley, I think. Yeah, probably that way around is the best thing for the team. Yeah, that's probably the best team we can put out right now, I would say, is that, with the 2 players out there, Hudson and Hughes being suspended and injured. So let's go with that team against Derby, see how we get on. Local Derby versus Derby County yet again on camera. We seem to play them quite a lot, don't we? Okay, then, so that's going to be your team. So I just had to quickly change all the training over because it's the 1st of December. I just quickly did that off camera there. Put them all to their new individual stuff for the next 3 months. So let's get into the game and see how we get on against Derby County. Lads, we need to win these home games because I've watched us go into the relegation zone after quite a long time. And I didn't think we were going to get out of it at one point. So please, lads, get a big win here. It doesn't even matter about whether it's convincing, just a win. A win, control the possession, don't give up any chances. That'd be great. Okay, Mitch again with the throw. He's going to throw the ball down the line to Joe. Well, not to Joe Powell, straight to the opposition, actually. Derby go through and they score immediately, and that's 1-0 down. If you're thinking to yourself, did I consider changing tactic? Yes, I did. But we were dropping points in moments where we had lots of players out and stuff, so I sort of just let it ride out. I'm going to let it ride out for at least a little while longer. If it gets really bad, it looks like we're going to go down. If I don't change it, then I'll change it. But I don't want to change it if I can avoid it. Because I think it could just be down to the fact that we've had a poor start to the season and we lost our best player. And we're trying to figure out a solution around it. And that's another penalty. That's going to be 2-0 down. Oh, dear. Penalty. 2-0. And that result is going to put us back into the relegation zone, by the way, because Derby were below us, I think. This is a really bad result if we don't get a result here. John King goes up, heads it over the bar. Not good. Victor throws it into Carl Andrew, back into Victor. Takes some touches, plays down the line to Tom Kiernan. Stays on the ball, plays it back to Tom Hamer. Let's get ourselves set back up now, lads, in possession. Let's move about up there. Let's get ourselves set a bit structured. Oh, for fucking hell's sake, man. So frustrating. Like, how the same tactic can be this bad after really only losing one player. I've just gone to our attacking tactic, taking off Hamer because, yeah, the game's over, really. So may as well go all out attack. I'm not going to go back defensive. The scoreline will be what it's going to be. It's almost like a punishment to the lads as well. They're either going to come back or they're going to get smashed at this point. I'm not just sitting there taking like a casual 3-0 drubbing by Derby. No chance. That should have been a goal. As Harrison collects the ball, it's going to be a highlight for somebody here. Andrew's going to take it, play it out to... I mean, there's no excuse that it's a strikerless tactic anymore because it's not. And John King goes, so is he going to score it? No, of course he's not. I'm going to see at the end of the game. This game's just over, isn't it? Terrible. Not happy. Finished 6-1 to Derby. Terrible. Finished 6-1. See you in 7 days. Here we go then. Big changes that Brendan Hughes is back in the team. I mean, if we end up winning this game just because of that, we are too much reliant on one player. I mean, we need to do so much better. We were absolutely awful in that last game. That was really worrying. It's going to be... Well, I mean... That surely can't be because Brendan Hughes is in the squad. I mean, that's a goal instantly. It's 1-0 to Burton Albion. Didn't touch the ball, incidentally. I don't think Brendan Hughes. It's a highlight now for Bristol City right off the bat. They're going to play through the middle of us. They're going to potentially get a highlight. The only problem with this striker list is the pressing. It's just a little passive for my liking. The way it works sort of in the match engine. Is that guy offside? Is he offside? He is not offside. It's 1-1. 90 seconds in, the score's 1-1. Not the start Burton Albion had in mind. We scored first. Brendan Hughes recovers the free kick, plays it back to John King, takes a touch. That is a foul. Oh, it's a penalty. I thought it was a free kick, but it's given as a penalty. There's no VAR. It's going to be Joe Powell. Can he score it to make it 2-1? The answer is yes, and it's 2-1. I mean, I don't know if he burnt any of this, but we'll take it. So Brendan Hughes did play a part in the second goal because he recovered the ball from the free kick. Highlight for Bristol City, they play across the pitch. It's this highlight here where it sort of goes across the pitch and there's nobody immediately pressing the back line. I just don't like it at all. And they've got the maximum pressing settings on. They're going to play through us now. There it goes. I think Vale was offside, was he not? No, he wasn't. It was close. The highlight's going to continue actually with Aled Harrison, who's going to roll it out to somebody, I hope. He might kick it long, though. He kicks it long. Okay. I think Joe Powell's onside. He's going to roll on to this as he gets there first. Joe, finish it. Finish it, Joe. Yes, I've missed Joe in the starting 11. Joe's missed most of the season, don't forget, and that's 3-1. Hamer throws the ball into John King. John King rolls the play, plays to Tom Kiernan. Imagine if we were to win 6-1 in return. Kiernan to John King. That's another penalty. That is another... Send him off. He's on the yellow, ref. Send him off. Joe Powell with the penalty. Is he going to score? The answer is yes. It's 4-1 to Burton Albion. You're going to ask me how's this happening. The answer is I don't know. It's 4-1 though, but we're going to take it. We're going to take it. Keep it going, lads. How about that? Yeah, let's... Don't let performance drop. Victor's got a knock. He's going to come off. We'll throw on... I guess I have to be Brendan back now, don't I? Now that he's out as well. Brendan will drop out at this point. Put on Giannis as the box-to-boxer, maybe. Yeah, we'll do that for now. John King off. Gavin Pritchard on. We're going to take off Joe Powell and put on Alberto Polo as well, which, I mean, if Bristol City was to get on a comeback, we could be in a bit of trouble now with Joe Powell and John King both off. But I think that like the one thing this tactic shouldn't do is capitulate, because it gives us a lot of control in the match. And Brendan Hughes should have made that 5. They have it 4-1 win away from home for Burton Albion. That was amazing to see us come back that well after a terrible, terrible result. Thank God we won the game, and we did it with so many goals. So there we go. Okay, I've seen 3 days after the game against Sunderland. 2 extremes. I have no idea what to expect. A win would be nice, though, as it's a home game, but they are near the top of the league. Okay, here we go. We're going to play the exact same 11 for this home game against Sunderland. Now, hopefully we can get a result. A draw's an okay result. Drawing at home to one of the top sides will do for now with us, so woefully out of form, in indifferent form, maybe. So we'll see. System manager says, pick up your left off. Okay. Only highlight for Sunderland. They're going to get time on the ball. Maybe I should set my central shadow striker to just man mark a centre-back, because no matter what system it'll be, he'll pick a centre-back. Sometimes it'll be the wrong one, maybe, but yeah, let's just pick someone. Just pick one of them. Why not? Go on to Eli Gill. Why not? This highlight's going to continue, though. Harrison throws out to Victor, who's got time and space. There's a great touch out his feet. He's now got options ahead of him if he wants to use it. Doesn't quite get there. They're going to play out from the back, and they're going behind now. We're going to get to this ball first, though. Mitchell King does. Takes time. Plays it to Kyle Andrew. Sam Helen to Brendan Hughes. Got time and space. Runs past the first play. Now he has to you got to release it, Brendan. You know you got to release that. Surely, son. Come on. Sunderland are going to score and make it 1-0. The audio isn't behind or ahead. I just knew that was happening. Corner for Sunderland. They're going to whip the ball in to the box right now. Goes towards far post, headed away. Second phase corner is going to result in a shot for Sunderland, and it's a goal, and it's 2-0. So it's 2-0 to Sunderland at half time. Also, show me something else. It's bad enough we just need to do something different here, don't we? Really. Pep tactics. We watch us play pep football. Why not? I put it in there for us to see how it would go, to be honest. Let's put it in there and see how the team gets on. I might take Victor out for this. Put in, he's tired anyway. Let's put on Neil Davidson. Let's go with this. I think we'll go with that. So that looks good to me. Carl Andrew would come out. Actually, maybe we don't. Maybe we do this. And we bring on maybe Pritchard. Playing wide right. Yeah, go with that. Let's go with that. See how that goes. Okay, send out the ball. Brendan Hughes puts in a red card challenge. That's a red card. Pep tactic is undone instantly. Corner for Sunderland. Whipped in towards the back post. Headed towards goal. So with the ball. They score 3, we'll end the game, I think. But as long as it's 2, we've got a chance. Down to 10 men at home after we lost 6-1 the last home game. We did win 4 away from home, though, didn't we? Mitchell King plays it into the Sunderlands. They're going to counter us. They're going to get a chance. Are they going to score is the question. The answer to that question is no. I do feel like we were slightly unlucky. I mean, they were 2-0 up from like a 0.25 XG. Like, it's unlucky, but that's what this tactic does, right? With it being a little bit passive, out of possession at times, which stops them creating chances, but sometimes stops you being able to get them in transitions. Sunderland go through, and they make it. Surely 3 this time they do. Okay, I'll see the end of the game. Let's see what the scoreline's going to be this time. There you have it. 4-0 defeat at home to Sunderland. Wow. That was a deflating episode. However, we do end up outside the relegation zone because of the big win away from home to Bristol City, which keeps us just outside. Let me get myself out of the way so you can fully see this. So we are currently on 21 points, and I mean, even Hull City are on 18. That's a pretty close relegation fight there. My prediction is that we'll just survive if we play the same tactic all the way through the season. I'm not going to risk it by changing it. I'm going to keep the same one being used, I think. So we'll keep going with that. Yeah, disappointing. So I said this might end up being a development year. It definitely is going to be, but it's too close to the relegation and just to like roll out everybody to play. So, yeah, there's nothing really to come back for, I don't think. I'll give you a proper update on the attributes of all the players, all the youngsters, and we'll do a, obviously, intake reveal in the next episode. So, we'll plan to come back for these 3 games. I'll come back for the youth intake, and we'll do the Sheffield United, Bristol City, and Leeds game, I think, to round off the season. If there's a relegation fight. If there's not, we'll just skip all the games, do the same thing again. We'll do we'll do a youth intake, we'll do a review of the season, end of season review, and then we'll start the next season and do it all that way instead. But that is going to conclude the episode. Hopefully, yeah, it's frustrating. I really need to find a way now to get a good progressive attacking tactic that doesn't use wingers, because we don't have any that works slightly better than this. This worked really well for 2 seasons. Like, we managed to finish, like we finished 10th, not far off the playoffs, finished 13th, but we were pretty close to the playoffs for quite a long time. But this complete wing back role needs to change, I think, to something. We need to do something different with this, because a player going wide, whipping in crosses, being a threat in the wide areas isn't what we've got. So We have to have a rethink of that. We might have to move away from the back three to a back four and try and reposition the whole tactic. But it's very, very tough to see what to do, really. I mean, you can make this into like a what? If we're classing that as like a fluid front three, you could turn it into a 4-3-3 maybe, but we would desperately need width from the wing backs early on. So they probably have to both be attacking duties, which might leave us exposed. So it's going to be tough. Also, I don't think those two roles and duties work if I make it M3. One of them would have to change, which then, of course, would change the whole tactic. So it would need like a rethink. But that's the most logical way to get this into a 4 and get another midfielder into the team, is making this into a back 4 and going into a 4-3-3 kind of shape with it, which is possible. We could do that. Maybe I should work on that off camera. But yeah, hopefully that's the thing I'll have to bring to you next time, is a 4-3-3 version of this sort of tactic here, which is like a 3-4-3 with a fluid front three, of course. But that is going to do it. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the series. And I'll see you all, of course, next time.